Hello and welcome back to Mars Horizon, where we are leading Japan in the space race. In last episode we completed the milestone Mars Lander. If you haven't seen that episode or previous episodes, please find a link in the description below to take you to the playlist for this Let's Play. In this episode we'll be focusing on the next milestone, Jupiter Flyby. So, research wise, we've literally got about 2 months to go for the research, a month or two to go for the Voyager research. So then the plan will be to start looking at planning the Jupiter Flyby, which is a two-phase mission. So we'll have to get the rocket built and into Jupiter transfer trajectory, so that's immediately after launch, and then we'll have the Jupiter Flyby a year and 8 months after launch. So that's what we're looking at plan to for this episode. So like I say, last episode we completed the Mars lander and we did it first, which is also brilliant. And the missions at the minute, we've got a space welding mission which is using our very first shuttle. It's due for launch in 3 months time, and we have a Lunar Roving mission which is due in 10 months time for the rocket to be completed, and then we'll have to start looking at launch preparations. Both of these missions are very good science and support, as you can see, so which is what we do really need, because the plan of the research will be is to finish Voyager, and then the next mission I'd like to start looking at is the Modular Space Station 1 to get onto the payload of the CR. So, but as I noticed in the last episode, we could do with getting these research lab expansion, but there's also this robotics research lab, which at the bottom there it says it's got a minus 20% research cost on mission research tree. So robots play an increasingly vital role in space technology and exploration. A robotics research lab will aid our engineers in developing mission critical machinery. We could do one for the vehicles, but I think at the minute that's the one I want to be going with. So after the voyage is done, we need to do a 2,000 research. We need 2,000 research for the research lab expansion, and then another 5,000 for the robotics lab. So we'll also have to find space and 1.2 million for building. And there's also 30k upkeep costs, which will take us down to 305k per month income. So still positive, still good. That's what I'm looking at doing for the research wise. It would be nice to get across here and do the mission control expansion, because like now we have one more slot, but as soon as we've done that we kind of can't do anything else. So that is the plan. Get the Voyager, get the research lab expansion into the robotics research lab, and then I'll see where we're at to then potentially come back down to doing the next milestone, which will be the modular space station. Okay, so that's the plan of action for the next bit. So for the minute I don't believe there's anything we can actually do, so we will go to next month. As I say, we have got an extra slot, so we could start looking at doing another mission, which we could have started last month. It's just a case of I was hoping to use that slot for, I suppose actually we've got this one in two months time. So yeah, sorry, I should have actually used that last month, my bad. So we're doing the space welding. We've got the long duration, which is 5.6, which is 6 million, which is great. Solar wind I'm not bothered about, because the support and the science isn't really going to be much for us at the minute. Heat shield analysis is good, but again the long duration is a lot better. Yeah, both of them ambitious, both lucrative. We have the orbital radio, again not particularly that interesting, and we have the commercial satellite, commercial space imagery, which is 4.3. I feel we're going to go with the long duration flight, unless the moon has a lunar roving, which we're already planning, and the Mars has an impact analysis, which science and support is good, but it has 2 phases and also an additional 8 months on top of the mission. Where if we go for the long duration, I think that'd be the best option. So we'll, purely because it's just the money aspect. So perform a crewed mission in orbit lasting 2 weeks, allowing our scientists to evaluate how astronauts respond to conditions in space over a long period. Okay, so we'll plan that mission, and we will select, I believe we're going to stick with the standard, because I'm not a big fan of these navigation or comms, because I just don't see it being beneficial. And I like the power one, but the cost of it, and also the cruise, extra cruise, always good, but it also increases the cost, which we don't particularly need. So let's get that Gemini payload built for 4 months' time. Hopefully, the Space One launch will launch in 2 months, which also is using our first shuttle. So hopefully for the long duration, as I believe there is there's a crew, because obviously the risk of casualties, we should be able to reuse that shuttle, which would be nice to be able to reuse it. So let's go to the next month. So Voyager is now completed. So yeah, we could now go towards planning Jupiter Flyby if we had the slot, but I've just used the slot. So it's not in the world. With Space One's been launched last month, which is why I should have got it the last term, but no problem. Just wanting to check where, if anyone's doing this. So no one's got the module Space Station 1 research unlocked. So I feel that quite safe to go onto the buildings, and we're going to go for the research lab expansion, because research is going to be quite crucial for the upcoming years in the game, should we say, because every single one of these is 7,000, 8,000 research, 8,000, 9,500, 10,000, 11,000. So you see what I mean is that, and then I like to look at doing the grand tour before anybody else as well, but that's 16,500. We've got this telescope 9 and the Hubble's 12, and we've obviously got to get down here as well, which these are all going up in price as well. So having a 20% reduction, I think it's going to be worth the expansion. So let's go to the next month to do the space welding. Okay, so 85% for the payload and 81% for the launch. Okay, we've got very bad weather, but I feel that it just seems to be this is the case, so let's just go for it. Otherwise we'll just keep rescheduling and rescheduling. I do like the look of that ship though. Very nice. Well, hasn't exploded yet. No, but I don't know whether or not that's a negative effect though. Nope, we're positive, so that's perfect. 45% is what we need. Yeah, positive would have been great, but I'll happily accept that. So, level 1 for the Hope. So, that's increased launch reliability, which is what we always need. So, we could auto-resolve this. Complete 4 similar missions, which gives you an extra 20%. That's a nice little bonus there. So 67% success chance, only 1% of a failure, and 32% of an outstanding. So the fact that you've all seen this before, we're going to auto-resolve because you don't need to keep seeing the same missions again and again. Very nice. Actually, part of me thinks I should have done that myself, because it would have been able to see the shuttle being used and relaunched. But I will make a note for that for next time that to do. When we do another shuttle on, we will do that. But look at that coming down. Nice. Oh, in someone's field. Yeah, that's our. Hopefully that'll be our landing port. Very nice that is. Yeah, I do feel like I should have done that myself, because I probably could have got all the bonuses, but we need the research, we need the science, and also the support. But brilliant. And both of these now are both available, because I think during the fact that they just landed the reusable shuttle, they're able to be reused straight away, which is going to be amazing for us going forward in the future. So we now have a slot available, but so this long duration flight, let me just check the phases. Yeah, there's only 2 phases again. I will be reusing the Space Shuttle Hope, and I will do that mission myself, just so we can ensure we see that mission unfold from start to finish. So next thing to do is start planning the Jupiter Flyby. Okay, so we'll select the payload for the Voyager. Okay, yeah, nice animation there. So we have a standard payload. The prototype is 50% reliability, which is not good. Power and navigation. Yeah, I don't see the difference there. So yeah, payload rating is different as well. So payload ratings is an overall rating based on the selected payload's modules. High ratings will generally mean the payload generates more resources, which are used to complete mission tasks. Yeah, okay. So the power does increase that, but the reliability navigation will increase it, but reliability takes a hit on that. So I'm just going to stick with the standard. So we'll select that, and we will build for 1 million. So 6 months time for that to be built. Okay, next month the research lab will be done, and then we'll go straight on to getting the robotics lab, and that will take 12 months to build. So it's not a quick fix and so forth. So we potentially may look at going straight for the expansion, because if that's going to take a couple of months to do, at least then that way it'll help save an extra 20% on top of the 8,000. So I think that's probably the best option, and it gives us an extra mission slot now, so we could do something else. Okay, so view long duration. Yep, that's all sorted. So like I say, we've got the Lunar Roving, which will be done in 7 months time to launch that. But once this is completed, we should have to refit the shuttle and get this one up in the air, probably maybe even before the Lunar Roving. But Jupiter Flyby has got 6 months to build, and then we'll have to get the rocket done, which I'm going to be using the Mu-5 booster and upper stage is my plan, unless there's a reason to go for the Centaur D. I mean, it is cheaper, it is less build time, but the reliability is lower and the capacity is low, so we'll have to just check. Should be okay, because it's saying it's a suggested part for the flyby. So, and I'm tempted to put the boost on just to see what they do extra in the mission. If it's going to, as I say, it provides additional thrust, so I want to see and experiment with that. Let's say we've got the funds to cover the costs, so we'll just see how it goes. So, like I say, it would also be nice to look at the PR mission, PR office, sorry, to get unlocks mission training support. So it'd be nice to see what that does. And also we've got the diplomacy office to be able to do joint missions, and we have a visitor centre for total rewards from successful request missions. So that's a nice little bonus. Problem I've got is not to just waste time, but you haven't got that much land. You could expand out here if it was allowed to, but yeah, I understand that you can move buildings like we did. We moved the backup power generator into the centre here. But yeah, I don't know. It just feels like there's all these buildings. You might have to demolish some buildings to, I don't know, change to have enough space. But I'll have to have a check that, because it may be you have to organise it correctly. Like the large launch pad looks like it should fit there perfectly, but I don't know. That's the only thing though, because looking at the research again, you've got all these buildings. So did they all fit in? That's what I want to know. It doesn't look like it would do, but so like there, yeah. If you get all the research done, we'll be able to get no moving costs and upkeep production, science lab. Yeah. Okay. So I feel that we know where we're going now. So let's just move on to the next month. So yeah, the research lab is now complete, and we will go directly onto the robotics lab. As say, and that's 5,000. So if the research holds, which is already starting to drop, so we'll see. Yep, so active missions, we've got 1 more month to go for the long duration. So let's continue for that. Okay, so the 100% booster upgrade points and a minus 100% upper stage upgrade points. Okay, so let's select, and I want to reuse Hope. Okay, you can actually scrap the vehicle to reuse it. So it's only going to take 4 months and actually have 1.2. Only costs us 1.2 thousand, so 1.2 million. So looking at this, we have a booster which can lift. Well, yeah, that's 2 million kg. Nice. 30 kilograms upper stage. So it's got quite a big. It's got a really nice rocket capabilities there, but it says here minimum for this mission we need all of it. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but okay, we can achieve it, which is the main thing, and it's Earth orbit only. It'd be nice if you get some rockets that go shots that go further out, but we've definitely got enough upper stage. So 1.2 million is a bargain. If we just go back, if we reuse the design, yep, the cheapest is this Kashar, which is 1.5 and it will take 6 months. So definitely reusing the shuttle is my plan. So let's confirm and go. 4 months time. So like I say, the Lunar Roving one is be completed in 5 months. Hope it's going to be done in 4. So I don't. Has Lunar got? It has got a crew on. So again, we could have used. Well, we couldn't do it actually, could we? Because the requirements were too low. That's probably why. Anyway, what's happening over here? I think that must be a quest mission. Oh, Martian biological experiments. That sounds interesting. So you researchers have designed a lander capable of testing the Martian soil for signs of life by looking for organic molecules or even ongoing metabolism. Nice. Again, free turns, so it'll take us a couple of months to do that, but I say each turn, each section you get a lot. You get some support and some science to keep going, and then you get an additional vehicle upgrade. So that would be very nice if we had the active mission slot, but we don't. So we will just may as well skip. Actually, before I skip, I want to look at what the agencies are doing. So NASA's not doing any research. Their upcoming mission is the commercial satellite, and they've just done the crewed moon landing. Soviets are doing the Mars lander, okay, and they've just done the commercial satellite and a crewed moon landing. ESA has no upcoming launches, but they have the Mars lander. They've just done the Mars lander, and they're doing the Skylab now. Oh, okay. So the Chinese are doing the modular space station 1. They've just done the Mars orbit, and they've just done the space station. Interesting. So they are doing. Cancel. They're doing this one. So again, even if we come second or third, it's not the end of the world. We can't achieve everything first, and I don't see how it's possible to do that. To be fair, because you won't have it. You need the science to be able to do everything. You need the funds. So either way, we'll go to the next month. So debate over lander results. Biological experiments performed on board your Martian lander Vesta have returned inconclusive results, causing dispute amid scientists. Some believe the recorded chemical activity suggests signs of microbial life, whilst others argue there has been no clear evidence for that claim. Yet the majority agree that further investigation is vital, perhaps even the robotic rover capable of moving around the planet and analysing multiple samples. So we gained 750 science. I'll happily take extra science whenever I can. So, what's happened over at Mars again? Thought I cleared that off. But anyway, yeah. So it's not a problem if the Chinese do push on ahead and achieve the modular space station. So be it. So that's the bit I wanted. So the International Space Station costs 10k per month to maintain. So to construct a fully operational modular space station, you must complete the 3 required milestone missions. Once constructed, the modular space station will generate monthly rewards for a substantial amount of time. Wow. Okay. So where's the? So it's right down here for the final stage. Yeah. So don't get me wrong though. It would have been nice to be the first to complete the International Space Station. Yeah. The only way to have probably done that would have been to forget about, which probably should have done, is forget about the Jupiter Flybe and then just focus all the way down here. But can't change the past, guys. So let's just move on. So the robotics lab has been researched, so we're going to get that built straight away. Yep, so that's the HQ. Robotics lab. So yeah, robots play an increasingly vital role in space technology and exploration. A robotics research lab will aid our engineers in developing mission-critical machinery. So let's just try and find a nice place that's not going to cost us the arm and the leg. So we've got a vehicle upgrade, vehicle build cost there. We've got a negative there, so we won't put it anywhere near negatives if we can help it. Okay, so down here we get a 6% science reward, which is nice, but it's 2 million or 2,000. That's plus 20 per month. That would be. Oh, that one's quite good, but it's 1.7. One second. How much does it normally cost us? 1.25. So that's not a bad price to be fair. 1.7, and it gives us 6% science reward for missions and an extra 20 per month. Doesn't give us much over here, and that's just for. Yep. So I feel. Well, that one gives us. Yeah, just the vehicle cost. It's a bit cheaper. 1,500, but we're just getting vehicle build cost down. So I actually think this one, so what have we got down here? So if we get there or there, both the same price, so let's put it there. So that's going to give us a nice boost there as well. Okay, so let's yeah, so I'm trying to keep all my adjacent bonuses as positive as best we can. So that'll build for 12 months time. So we've got a choice now. We could either come back across, which I think is what I want to do actually, come back across and go straight for the site for the modular space station. Yes, so constructing a modular space station in low Earth orbit will provide a vital testbed for microgravity-based research and grant humanity a long-term presence in space. The first step in this ambitious project is to launch a core module containing power and environmental systems to which future modules can connect. So it's going to take us 8,000 research and then another 9,500 research for the ZR. But like I say, I would have loved to have gone back to doing the mission control center to have that expansion, which it may be a mistake, but we do need to get that because that's going to be very helpful to keep the research and the funding coming. But the Lunar Roving will give us an extra boost in science. The long duration flight is just purely funding, and then we've got the Jupiter Flybe, which will give us a lot of science and support. So we will just have to keep going and hope things go right. We've got an EVA Repair Exercise, which it's just good science, and that is the one we probably want to go next if it's still available when we can do it. Okay, have we got another mission? Sow the wind. Yep, that's fine. And what's going on over here? So ESA is complete. Okay, I think there's something else, but okay, let's move on. So we've got a budget review. Just skip that. Okay, so we've now moved to tier 13. We're at 561,000 per month, and we're pretty much halfway into the next tier. So it's moving quite quickly now into that, which is good. Which is why having the extra missions command slot would actually help us get that better. So Voyager, at minus 3% build cost for level 0 vehicle parts. Payload is only 65%, so that's not the best, but it will have to do. And the long duration flight vehicle is complete. So assigned astronauts mid-air Sidea will increase payload mission training bonus by 100%. Okay, we'll see if we can do that. So let's just check. So the Jupiter Flyby, we'll get that mission ready to go. So let's reuse. Oh. Ah, yes, because I don't think we've done the Mu-5, have we? Yes, so the Mu-5 we can use, so the payload is perfectly acceptable. So let's load that and put the Mu. Oh, so where's the Mu-5? There. Okay, so yeah, we can use the Saturn, which looks really, really weird. But I think we'll stick with the Mu-5, and I would like to put the 6x boosters on it, but I don't know. We could just put 2. Oh, it increases the launch reliability as well, so we haven't got the 8, but we have got the 6. But it increases the time from 8 months to 9 months. Well, I think we'll stick with the 2 boosters for starters. So we'll put 2 SRBs on the rocket. So a heavy lift solid fuel rocket capable of launching large payloads to Earth orbit and to the outer planets. So it also increases the. Okay, so it just increases the boost, so we can use the rocket again. So we don't particularly need to do it, but I think if we do, so none is, so it's only going to give us an extra couple of percentage. At the minute, I don't see it being essential. So unless anyone knows why I should be looking at this, it'd be nice if you could comment below. So I feel we could put an extra, maybe the compositive casing on. Doesn't cost us anything either, but it brings the cost down. So we will select that to go from there, and we'll name this. Okay, sounds fine for me. So, no, I was going to put it the Mu-5 one now. Yep, confirm that. I feel that we can sort the. I think the payload's not the best either, so choices to make. Is there any way to increase the? That's just a positive success chance. I don't think it's worth the cost there. So Might be worth, I suppose, if we now we've got the competitive stuff on. Yeah, that'll give us, but it's only giving us extra. Yeah, 65, and it's going. Okay, we'll set the boosters because I want to see them in action. That's what I said. So we'll confirm that and build at 9 months time. So let's go back to mission control and look at the long duration. So we need to put on astronaut, which is the one I probably don't want to use because it's the comm specialist, which is, it's not an issue, it's just not particularly the best. Right, let's just quickly check. Launch reliability is actually pretty good, so I want to put on the comm specialist and I want to put on the electrician. Okay, so let's confirm them too. And so assign, yes, we'll increase the payload. So I want to put them on the payload purely because of that. And launch date, just do it for next month. Let's get the mission done and dusted and move on to another mission. Okay. Have a quick glance. Atlas 3, non, Skylab, and module. Be nice to know what percentage they're at, so if we can see if we can get ahead of them. But we're making good progress. We are making good progress, so we'll just have to see how it goes. So the Lunar Roving's done. The payload reliability is 10%, but the launch has gone down. It's not the best, but it is what it is. The long duration flights. Let's launch. And it's the shutter. So this one here we will do from start to finish. So Hope of February 1977. So we've got good conditions and yeah, we've got the improved guidance. So let's continue. So we're going to complete this mission from start to finish. But just because it's we've not used the shuttle, we've used shuttle once before, but I auto resolved it. It's got a nice launch. Okay, how good was it? Oh god, so we've got -1 command on the first turn. Not the best, but is what it is. So level 2. Yeah, we could also resolve it again. Operational failure. Yeah, that's fine, but we're going to continue because I would like to see the shuttle in space. So there it is. Very nice. Okay, so we've got to achieve Earth orbit. So we need... Yes, we lost 1 command slot on this turn. So we've got 1 comms... Sorry, we need 6 comms, 9 data, and 6 navigation. 12 comms, 18 data, and 12 navigation for the bonus, and power and crew for the secondary. So I'll see what I can do, and I'm back in a sec. Okay, we're back now. I did forget to say previously that we also have to deal with the drift. Okay, so we're on the last turn now. We've achieved the comms. We've achieved the mission for the objective, which is we achieved the bonus for the comms. We need 1 more data and 1 more navigation, and while keeping the drift in check. So we'll use a power crew and a drift to gain the extra resources that we need for the comms and the navigation. But we do need to then use one of the navigation. No, sorry, not that one. We then do need to get rid of the drift, which by the looks of it we can't do. So we can't do that. We can't do that one. So we need 1 and 1. So I'm going to recharge twice. We don't have any spare resources, so we're going to have to. What we're going to do then? We could use some power and get some data, and then turn the data into comms and navigation, which then would achieve the objectives. Okay, so we'll continue. Recharge. Okay, so we failed that, but we can resist. I think we don't need to, but yeah, we do actually. Yep, it's fine. I'm again a nice 98% bonus. Okay, so we've achieved phase 1, and now we need to do the performed controlled re-entry. Okay, so we need objective-wise, we need 13 comms, 7 navigation, 26 comms, and 14 navigation for the bonus. We've got data, power, and crew. And we have to deal with the heat as always, because we're re-entering. So I'll see what I can do, and back in a sec. Okay, we're back at the last turn, I believe, even though we've got 2 turns remaining, but I believe we can do it in this turn. So first things first, I'm going to use a data and 2 heat to get rid of the heat, just to get give me 2 navigation and a comms, and I use a power and a heat to get me 2 navigation, but that's purely just to get the heat down below. I know to get below 0, but I want to get rid of it as best I can. So But to be fair, actually, if I don't do that, I can save power and I still achieve the mission. So with that, I will just fully recharge. I don't need to, but I'll have 25. Oh, no. Let me cancel that. I need to check my eye test. So 25 comms, I need 26, and I need 14 and 13. So I will use a power and a crew to get 26 and 15 and then recharge. Silly me. Right, we're below the heat and 26, 26, 15 and 14. Brilliant. Let's confirm. Recharge. Okay, we've had a few phases in this go, but nothing major. We'll resist because we've got the extra power. There's no point. And again, for this mission, this turn's been terrible. So we'll just resist anyway. And that's the mission successful. And the space shuttle will return safely to Earth, and we can reuse it. And more importantly, the 2 astronauts will return to Earth safely as well. But I am really liking the reusable shuttle. It is a nice feature. The animation and this bit is awesome as well. That's different as well to the last time. No, it's not, sorry. I think the entry bit was different, but the ending's the same. Very nice. So, another successful mission. More money. Oh, 8.4 thousand. Very, very nice. Okay, and more preparation. So let's continue. Okay. So they've got 6 months recuperation this time. Strange, I thought they didn't have to recuperate. Anyway, not the end of the world. So, Lunar Roving. We need to assign astronauts. And again, there's no reason. Yep, so we're going to have to assign every one of them is going to be a test pilot. Not. Oh, I need to assign them. And I need to confirm. Right, so that only gave us 77% launch reliability. I would have thought that would have. So what was it before? Yeah, 77. So shouldn't this? Oh, hold on a second. I need to. Let me just unassign. Confirm. So it was 62%. Okay, so confirm. So the payload's really good. So we're just going to go straight for the launch reliability. To be fair, we could go for the extra science. I think 77 should be okay. So let's confirm. We'll go for March, get an extra 10%, and we will confirm. 2 months' time. Okay, so looking at it now, we have the Jupiter Flyby in 8 months' time, and we have a spare mission slot. The modular space station is slowly almost halfway. Diplomacy, ESA. China's still researching it. ESA is doing the Skylab, and Soviet's doing the water sound suppression, and NASA's doing Atlas 3. Okay, yeah, we have got this one over here, which will give us a nice vehicle upgrade, but I believe broadcast satellite. So yeah, we've got a vehicle upgrade there for stabilization. Half the chance of a negative event during launch. Nice, but we don't particularly need the funds at the minute. We need the science, so we will do the EVA Repair Exercise. Okay, crew. I don't want to pay the extra cost, and the navigation and the comms. I don't really think it's worth it. So we'll set the standard, and we'll confirm for 4 months. And I say research-wise, we are, I say halfway. So, and then we need to go on to the payload. It'd be nice if we can get that one done before them. Okay, so we've got a few things upcoming. Anything in here that is interesting? Yeah, Soviet's doing space station 18 months time. Just check module 2. Yep, so no one else has researched yet, so I think it's just going to be the Chinese that we need to worry about in respect of getting the mission done before them, because it would be nice to have that under our belt. So let's go to the next month. So, long flight yields valuable results. Agency scientists have reported that your long-duration flight mission delivered vital data on the effects of prolonged exposure to microgravity and solar radiation, which will enable the agency to better mitigate these hazards in future missions. Your astronauts, who were in good health upon their return to Earth, have also made numerous suggestions for improvements. Eating the freeze-dried protein bites was the hardest part of the mission. Astronaut Fukudu Bikadu Sukai Jote in an interview. So we're getting some science, and valuable information for our engineers and scientists to improve on. Right, so yeah, we're closely getting to halfway. So we need this mission, Lunar Roving, to get completed, and we need the EVA Repair Exercise to be done. But with that in mind, as it's another crewed mission, we do need to check. Unavailable for... Oh, they're already on a mission. You've got 5 months to go. Hopefully. Where's he got an exercise? Is it this one? Yeah. Yeah, it's already underway, so you've got 3 months. So in theory, did it say how many? No, it just said crew. I think it'll be 2. If not, I'll have to get another astronaut. But let's move on. So, Lunar Roving. 95% payload, 70% launch, and science. Okay, so it looks like we've got an adequate day, so we get an extra percentage at 78. So let's continue. I've just skip that bit because we've already seen it, and it's only a request mission. Should have been pretty good. Continue. Yep, so the Saturn V now is fully maxed out, and the Saturn IVB is level 3. I feel the fact that we'll just gain the auto resolve there for the got 1% of a failure and 60% chance of success, and outstanding 33%. So let's just go. And they're returning to Earth nicely. Brilliant. Another successful mission. And we gained the onboard camera. We didn't get the bonus, but it's not the end of the world. Let's continue. Okay, so they've got 6 months now for recuperation. And we have an astronaut recovery test we could do. I would be interested in the broadcast satellite just for the vehicle upgrade for the stabilization. And it's exactly the same as the commercial space imagery as well. So a broadcast satellite, a private group has requested that we launch a satellite capable of beaming radio and television signals live across multiple continents. Yep, so it looks pretty good. The astronaut recovery one does look good for the extra science, but we've now got a boost in science anyway. There's nothing on the moon to do, and I think we've still got the Martian one over here, which is probably good as well because it gives us the advanced directional stabilization. Isn't that the same as this one? That's improved directional stabilization. And this one is science as well, isn't it? So I'm tempted to go for this one purely because it's support and science, which is what we do need. So that's mission length is 10 months. And this is only a month though. I suppose we can get this one done and dusted quickly, but yep. Let's just get this one done just to get on and get things progressed. So ComSat prototype now. Okay, let's just get the standard as usual, 75% payload reliability, get it built for 5 months time. Right, so the research wise now has should boost up quite a bit, even though it's dropping off again. But we will see how it goes. We have got a few more missions coming in for some more science there for the Jupiter Flyby and also the EVA Repair Exercise. So next month. So record samples from rover mission. The wide ranging mobility afforded to your astronauts by the rover on your recent moon landing mission has resulted in unprecedented return of rocks and regolith samples. Amongst the samples is the largest rock yet retrieved from the lunar surface. Matsuda Richai took some convincing by mission control to haul that rock onto the rover. An agency geologist admitted, but it was worth every complaint. This rock alone will keep us busy for years. Again at 500 science. Ain't gonna complain with extra science. So, has they... Nope, they're still researching, which is great for us. So next month, I suppose they might have to get the payload at the same time as well, but we'll see. So EVA repair exercise done. Only vehicle upper stage reliability counts towards the launch reliability. Okay, next design. So let's select, and I believe we can reuse the rocket, but is there any reason? Okay, so 6 months at 1.5 and 4 months. I really don't see the need to. Ah, so can we actually add? Oh, onboard camera, no penalty for failing mission. Install onboard camera will result in a favourable media coverage. That's pretty cool. So that'll decrease the vehicle build time, which is quite interesting, and the build cost. So we can put 6 points into it. So we could select that part. Oh, so there's only one, is it? Oh, okay. So we'll select that improve. I think that one's pretty good. But I think the build time might be better than the improved guidance system for the 20% positive effect. Shame we can't put. You can only put one on. Ah, I'm torn. I'm torn. What do we do? What do we do? 20% chance of a positive. It's just a positive effect. So I feel the vehicle build time or the cost were better. Not saving particularly that much, so I think the build time would be better. So let's select that and let's confirm and refit the shuttle. Perfect. Okay, so yep. So Jupiter Flyby in 4 months. 3 months for the EVA Repair Exercise and 3 months for the payload for the broadcast satellite. So let's move on. China offered tech exchange. China suggested an exchange of booster technology in order to improve both agencies' launch vehicles. Your engineers have estimated the exchange would grant Mu-5, the vehicle for your Jupiter Flyby mission, a 20% launch reliability increase, yet it would also grant China a science boost. The Mu-5 currently is 76. I'm going to reject the offer because they keep storming ahead of research for us. So let's reject the offer. And I bet they hate us even more. Pretty much. But yes, they seem to like us, which is a bonus. But I said we can't propose a joint mission because we need a conference centre, which is something that we would have to look at getting soon. But we are getting close to the module space station. They say what ESA, yeah, so they're doing the Tahiri, which may be their version of the payload. So we'll have to see what happens there. Yep, so the module space station is complete. So we're going to go move straight down to the ZR. And the question is though, we are 3 months away from the robotics research lab. So I'm hoping once that's done, this should go from 9,000 and it should hopefully have a 20% deduction on it. Okay. Let's get that sorted and we will move on to the hope is complete. The broadcast payload is complete with a minus 100% upper stage boost build time, but a plus 100% boost on the build time for the booster. So okay. And the repair, EVA Repair Exercise is ready to go. 10% launch reliability, but payload has gone down. So launch reliability is 93%, which is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so let's go to the active missions, and we will get the broadcast one ready to go. So we'll reuse the design of the Kishar. Good reliability, and it will achieve all what we need. Confirm and build. Okay. EVA repair. So we need 2 astronauts. So you two are the lucky 2. Confirm. Payload definitely is the option here. It's only 60%, so it's terrible. We will launch in. We'll go in November. I think that'll be fine. Continue. And yeah, they're still researching that. So they've got the space station upcoming. Yeah, so they're just doing that one, but so literally launching their space station in 7 months, and they're pretty much almost ready to research the module space station 1. So let's continue. So the Jupiter Flyby vehicle is complete, and it does look rather nice, and with no effects. Yep, the launch reliability is not the best, but still 71% is still good. So training. I feel the payload has to be given up everything on it, and we can't do anything until April anyway, so that will give us a nice boost, and they're both pretty similar. So we'll confirm and go back to the mission control. So that's ready for 6 months time. 1 month for the EVA, and the broadcast is ready in 4 months to do launch preparations. Soviets complete the crewed moon landing, and we have astronauts returning to duty. Okay. Yep, they're still researching, which is good. And yeah, we're making good progress with that. Active missions, Jupiter Flyby, we can't get anything for a while. EVA is pure science, so as soon as that's done, we do want to get another science mission if we can. Maybe the broadcast satellite is what we're doing. Maybe the astronaut recovery test will be what we'll do. Does it say? Can't see if it says if it goes, how long it's there for, so we'll just have to wait and see. Let's go to next month. So the robotics research lab is complete, so that's given us minus 20% research costs on missions in the research tree. And the EVA Repair Exercise, so let's go for launch. And it's raining. It always seems to rain for this mission, for this rocket, but again, I feel it's fine to continue. So let's go. I do like launching in this game. Look at its sky, rolling through the sky. Oh no! Oh god, we've had an explosion. Shit. Ow. Oh no, we lost the astronauts and the rocket. I was not expecting that to happen. Sad day. Oh god, we lost the 2 astronauts. Damn. Sorry guys. Well, that was very disappointing. So, yeah, I can't believe that really. I think I should have rescheduled the launch, but hindsight is a wonderful thing. Well, I didn't achieve my promise of this game. So, yeah, that's disappointing, that is. But yeah, I wanted to try not to get any astronauts killed in the missions, in this Let's Play, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. Not really sure how that happened. Had a really good successful chance of launch, and hardly is a 5% chance of critical failure. We got 4. So it's a shame, but unfortunately, we must move on. And we're gonna we'll move on to the astronaut recovery test because we need the science to keep going. So we'll plan that mission and select and go. Unfortunately, that also meant that we lost our shuttle, so we'll have to rebuild that, which is a shame. So unfortunately, we will have to continue. So the world mourns fallen heroes. News of the launch disaster which killed astronauts Fuku Dusuka and Madeira Sedo, which I'm sure these are the first 2 astronauts that we hired, is dominating the world's media. Thousands have gathered around the world to pay their respect to those one newspaper described as the boldest, the bravest, and the best of us. Yes, they were. Okay, so yep, so China became the second agency to do the space station, and I believe they will be almost getting the module for this started. Okay, so we'll move on to the next month and get a review. Unfortunately, we didn't achieve it, but we're making good progress to tier 14. Still get 561k per month. Right, so looking at the missions, we have the Flyby to launch in 3 months. The broadcast is ready to go in 1 month, for its vehicle will be ready in 1 month, and the payload for the astronaut recovery is in 1 month as well. Okay, so minus 50% upper stage build cost and a plus 50% booster build cost. Move on. And the broadcast satellite is ready to go. So minus 50% launch reliability penalty for suboptimal launch windows and increased frequency of suboptimal launch windows. Okay, not the best, but keep going. So broadcast, let's get this one set. So we'll get the payload because the launch reliability does seem good, and we will go for a May launch. Confirm and go back to mission control for the astronaut recovery test vehicle. Yep, okay, so we're gonna have to, we could reuse one of the other ones. So the Star Blue looked pretty promising. So we could load that design, and yeah, we can't put any upgrades on them, which is fine. But we could use a contractor So we can increase to 7 months, but we could decrease the cost a bit. 1 second, is this one for... No, it's just science, so we're not particularly fussed about. But how much would it cost to do a design the rocket again? Yeah, it's still quite expensive for, I think, what we're doing it for. We'd probably just want to reuse the Star Blue. Yeah, we'll reuse the Star Blue just to try and get the research, get the launch reliability a bit higher. As I say, we can't do any of them, and the contractors we could increase to 7 months and decrease the price. Yep, we'll do that. It's only 1 month, so let's confirm that and go. And we'll move on. Weather satellite. Okay, that'll give us a nice little vehicle upgrade for advanced shock absorption for plus 5% payload reliability and nice credits. So, active missions, we've got the Jupiter Flyby next month, the broadcast satellite in 2 months, and then astronaut recovery in 6. And how is the research going? So no one's researching yet, so that must mean ESA is still, China is still going, and we are about halfway. So next month. So, launch for the Jupiter Flyby. Launch mission. Okay, looks like a better day. Mu-5, April 1978. Okay, so we'll continue. And 69% launch, which is nice. Okay, so we're getting some experience now for the boosters on the other stage with Mu-5. Let's continue. So Jupiter Flyby on April 1978, phase 1. So enter Jupiter transfer orbit. So we need 4 comms, 6 navigation, and 8 thrust. For the bonus, we need 8 comms, 12 navigation, and 15 thrust. And we've got data and power secondary. Thrust will be reduced to 0 at the start of the next turn. Oh, interesting. I have to keep an eye on that then. There's no point doing thrust this turn if I'm reading that correctly. Anyway, so navigation is the highest one we need to get, so it's probably... How are we going to do this then? So we could do getting either some comms or some navigation. We get comms, we could turn, yes, we get some comms, and so power into comms, power and comms into data and navigation, and we could use some more power to get some comms, but I feel if we use 2 comms to get 5 navigation seems appropriate, because 2 power to 4 comms or 1 power to 3 comms, and then you still gain an extra, then use 2 to 1, 2 to 5 there, so let's continue that. 64 is good. 50% is good, and 43 is good, and it's reduced to 0. So, yeah, the thrust will be reduced to 0 at the start of the next turn. So, to achieve this, the last turn we need to do is all 5. Otherwise, we're going to be losing thrust. It's going to go back to 0, so we can't do anything with that until the end. So we need to, yeah, that's fine. They should know what's going on now. So, we need to get some comms. So we could do 2 power to 4 comms, or do a power to 3 navigation, and then use 2 of them to do the 5 navigation. And I'm tempted to use the navigation and 2 data for 5 comms. Confirm that. Yep, brilliant. And 52%, perfect. And like I say, it will reduce the thrust back to 0. So that is interesting. So it's going to have to be on the very last turn we do that. So we need to have an extra 3 navigation and 6 comms. That's going to be interesting. So we do need to get some more comms, and we could do power and comms into data and navigation, because we need to get 6 data for this for do a calculated thrust burn to get R15, but we need to have some power as well to be able to, if anything goes wrong with that, because we need 8 thrust to be able to achieve the mission. So I don't want to fail this one, but yeah, because either way we're going to have to do it on the last mission, because we're going to be at 0 to start with it, so it's going to have to be that. So navigation wise, we need to gain an extra we need to get 15 navigation to achieve the calculated thrust burn in the next couple of turns. We've already achieved the comms, so we can leave the comms alone for the minute. I think if we just recharge to gain ourselves some power, and then we've got another couple of turns to get what we need there. So yep, recharge. 79% is good, and a fill 52%, and the thrust is going back to 0. Okay, so we have achieved the comms. We have achieved both the comms and the navigation, but we still need additional 2 more navigation, preferably. Okay, so I'm tempted to do power and use the comms into the navigation to get his way over, and then maybe not recharge, because we do need to get navigation. So we could use just, yeah, that'll work. We've got the comms, we'll have plenty of navigation, and we'll have got enough data there, so that's fine. That's going well, and 41% is good, and let's reduce that back to 0. So the way it's looking, I'm just going to recharge for this final turn just to make sure we don't have any issues anyway. So we've got 17, so we've got an extra 5 navigation, which we shouldn't need, and we've got 8 data. So let's just confirm that and just recharge. And we're going to go in the final last turn, we're going to do calculate thrust burn, which will, at the end of all that we've achieved, we'll have the 8 comms, we'll have 40 navigation and 15 thrust with 4 power to resist. Okay, 45 is good, 77 is better, and a final 53. And that is phase 1 completed with the Jupiter Flyby. Okay, so we've now completed phase 1 for the Jupiter transfer trajectory. Continue. And where is it? That's the circuit. I thought you might not see it yet. Oh, next we'll have to do a course correction, is it? Jupiter Flyby. Yes, we've done the Jupiter transfer 1, we then need to do the Jupiter Flyby in 1 year and 8 months. So we'll see that fly through over the next couple of turns. Okay, so we're making good progress with the payload of the modular space station. I don't think the Chinese have researched it just yet. Nope, they're still going, so we hopefully should be able to catch them up. Mission wise, the Jupiter 1's got another 20 months to go before we can do another doing the final phase of that one. The broadcast is ready to go next month, and the astronaut recovery is in 5 months' time. So that's a science mission, and that's a payday basically. So I say normally I'd like to complete milestones in one complete video, but I feel that as we've got to wait another 20 months to go for the next part, I'm going to split this split the Jupiter Flyby into 2 parts, phase 1 and phase 2, to match the milestones, tasks and mission plans. So on that note, thank you very much for watching episode 14 of my Japan's Let's Play. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next episode of Mars Horizon.